Hello everyone and welcome back to Faithful to the Traitors. Yes?
I think you'll find that Matthew has renamed our podcast.
Oh, okay, has he?
Hello everyone and welcome to Traitor to the Faithfuls. My name is Alex.
My name is Ben. We are here to discuss the Faithful Traitors. That doesn't work. The Traitors UK, Series 4, Episode... What is it? 7 now? 8.
You call yourself a fan.
Well,
it's hard to work with.
It's hard to keep up counting in threes.
It is.
Can't do it.
Well, you can't even keep up with the new title of the show. Matthew has renamed us. He's trademarked it. He's gone to wherever you have to go to the building that trademarks names, and we are now Traitor to the Faithful. Okay.
Mm. He was in the shower this episode, wasn't he?
Yeah, he didn't know how to use it.
I know.
He's very confused.
He sort of just stood under it and...
What's this?
What's this? Normally he's naked. He's normally naked in locks, isn't he, normally? So he's not used to running water in showers. So.
I found... did I tell you this? I can't remember. I found a TikTok that I liked from over a year ago. And I didn't put two and two together and work out it was Matthew. It was his TikTok.
You liked him, did you?
He did a joke where he said that he looked like Ned Flanders with his top off, and then he showed a picture of Ned Flanders with his top off.
That's the TikTok you liked, was it?
Well, yeah, I did. I did like the TikTok at the time. Well, it is interesting considering I've been saying, I don't really get Matthew, and you've been like, Matthew's lovely. But yeah, no, I must have.
You're the one all this time.
I had a fling for Matthew a year and a half ago. I just don't like to talk about it. It's just something I just keep to myself.
A year and a half ago, you were there liking topless videos of Matthew.
I was, without even knowing.
Yeah, well, how rude.
I'm like the pastor in that TV show we've been watching, Pastor Pete.
The Hunting Wives.
Yes. I'd sit there on my TikTok in my car. If you know, you know.
It's on ITVX.
Catch up on it. It's pretty fun. It's like Desperate Housewives, but with boobies and willies, apparently.
I know we've seen our first willy.
We saw our first willy.
Episode 7. Episode 7, 42 minutes, 17 seconds. There's like those weird websites, is there? Do you know that?
Oh, what? That tells you when you can see a willy on a TV show.
Movies, movies and TV shows. It's like 27 minutes, 47 seconds in. It's like, okay, skip right to that.
Well, then we need to update that website and tell everyone where you can see Matthew having a shower and being afraid of water. Or upside down on his head, doing a pose, showing his pink spot.
Matthew's lived many lives.
He has.
As all the news articles are letting us know that he's got all sorts going on, going all up everywhere.
Man, Matthew's he's a rogue, isn't he? He's
one thing he isn't.
Is a traitor.
That's true.
But he's a traitor. But he's a traitor to the Faithfuls, as he said at the beginning of the episode, because he felt like yesterday and at the breakfast table today that he was betraying his fellow Faithfuls because he's not actually yet a traitor, but he's actually acting like a traitor. It's very, very peculiar.
He's been a traitor longer than Hugo, and Hugo was a traitor.
Matthew's like the character in Silence of the Lambs where he wears like other people's skins. And he kind of dances around pretending to be a traitor. Obviously, in this case, it'll be like a red cloak. So in his mind, he's wearing like cloak or a green cloak, and he's walking around. And he's kind of put on the persona. He thinks he's a traitor, but he's not a traitor. And this kind of pseudo mind F that he's having right now. Look at me curbing my language because I know we're on 8 o'clock on BBC now.
Or he's Lindsay Lohan in Mean Girls, and he's infiltrating the wrong group, and he's going to get swayed.
That's true.
Who knows?
Do you think he's going to put on a little concert for Claudia when he sings in a Santa costume? Maybe. We'd watch that.
There's a mission for everything.
So if you like listening to the podcast or indeed watching The Traitors and you want to talk to us about it, you can
find
Hunting
our link.
Wives. Or Hunting Wives. We'll talk about it. We'll tell you where the willies are and the boobs. You can go to...
They're there every episode.
I mean, I'm sick of tits.
I've seen the same pair for 6 episodes in a row.
I've seen so many nipples now. I just don't need to see anymore. I'm bored. I've got nipple fatigue. Go to our Linktree, linktr.ee/faithful2, and on there it's got all the links to our social media, but also ways you can watch us on YouTube and Spotify, or listen to us at any of your favourite podcast apps. If you are indeed watching us right now, you can comment underneath the video and like and follow and ring the bell and subscribe. And also don't forget to follow us on your favourite podcast app as well, and you'll never miss any future episodes of this, Traitors US, which we're also covering right now, and any future shows we'll be covering very soon.
The Apprentice. Series 20. We're here nice and early.
We're very excited about that, actually, I must say.
We're here nice and early before any other spin-off shows are created. Series 20, we're covering of The Apprentice.
I might wear a nice suit every time we record an episode of The Apprentice just to get into, the situation.
I won't. I threw my suits away after lockdown.
Yeah, you did. You gave up on clothes.
I rebelled against society.
You did.
And I said, no, actually, I'm not having shirts or suits or tie. I'm not having it.
Although
in my
people
life, and I got rid of them all.
May look back on this podcast to maybe just only 3 episodes ago, and you did wear a shirt.
That's not a suit, though.
Well, it's still a
It's
shirt.
not a business suit for The Apprentice.
But no, you did. You rebelled against all clothing. And
I don't regret it.
As you walk around, you're like Homer Simpson. You just wear that big poncho as you walk around the house.
I've got that poncho upstairs.
You do. I got you that for Christmas. What was it? Was it called? Anyway, carry on.
Poncho.
Oh, if you like the podcast, Moo, thank you. If you like the podcast and you want to buy us a Moo, then you can go to our Buy Me a Coffee page as well, which is buymeacoffee.com/faithful. And on there, you can give us a £5 one-off or monthly donation, just like...
Yeah. Also, I don't want any comments on this episode, of people saying, not talking about the traitors. And it's like, okay, it's been 6 minutes. Carry on. Right.
We have talked about Matthew.
Oh, yeah, and nipples. Right. Shane bought us a gold coin.
It's the same thing. Surely it's the same breath. Matthew Nipples.
If you want to put that comment, put whatever comment you want. I'm not here to tell you what comments are for.
If you're watching the podcast...
Just moan away.
If you're watching the podcast on YouTube or on Spotify, comment Matthew Nipples.
We'll probably get restricted. Anyway,
What,
Shane,
nipples?
Well, who knows?
Thank you for your gold coins. Just like...
Shane says, "Hi, boys. What you..."
God, this is difficult
Sorry,
for you, isn't it?
the lights are too...
Ben said to me earlier, he's like, you can read most of these because I don't like reading. Literally a
I
paragraph.
feel like my dad. I'm like...
You're going to need some ready readers. Oh, Ben needs ready readers, everyone.
No, it's not my fault. It's these words are the wrong way around, actually, Shane. So it's Shane's fault. Right, I'm going to read it how it's meant to be written. "Hi, boys. What you are doing takes a lot of time, and you always seem to be in great form. Thank you.
Right, Nick in London. Nice of you to let us know you're in London. Nick in London. Hello, Nick. You said, what was Harriet thinking? Did she really want to win the Traitors or just want to promote her books? Well, we discussed that in last episode. Her actions made no sense, and she even said in the after show that it was her time to leave. But with another approach, she could have got Rachel out and won the show. Mm-hmm. The second player to lose the plot this season after Fiona. It feels like contestants are more interested in generating publicity than winning the show. Realise I sound like an old man. Loving the podcast. Ed Gamble should be worrying for his job. Well,
He's got no end of jobs, has he? Ed Gamble.
Yeah, but I fancy a role on an American TV show. I'm going to show my nipples. Joe has also bought us a gold coin. Hello, Joe. Joe said, "How do you feel about the twists and chaotic behaviour compared with the early series? Are contestants chasing the memes and exposure more now? I miss the innocence of Meryl getting it wrong every time. I miss the engaging drama of relatable people playing for life-changing sums of money rather than wealthier people promoting their books or having a lark." Thanks for a brilliant podcast. Thank you, Joe, for your comment.
I feel that was very targeted towards Harriet.
I thought it was targeted to all you.
It was people promoting their books. Out of all the contestants, there's only one doing that. Or just having a laugh. The rest of the contestants. 2 very similar comments there, so there must be a theme.
Well, I think there are a lot of people. There's been a silent minority who have been saying that they kind of feel like this show has now gone Hollywood, for lack of a better term. It's like people now know, and we have said this before, people know what the show, they know what the concept is, and they know how to keep the camera and the exposure time. Let's be honest, if this had been series 1, what Matthew had done at that church would never have happened. It would have just been straight 2 questions, and it would have been, it's still exciting, but not so much drama or ramped up. And also, I don't think Harriet would have been so hammy and dramatic and over the top and just crazy.
I'm still not over the way Harriet.
I'm
still not over the
Harriet
last
was like
episode.
A switch. She just clicked and just suddenly just went completely left field. It was just mad.
I mean, I would say, to be fair to this series, it's still not full of people who are influenced. Like, you know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah.
They're still very regular people. Most of them have they had 2,000 followers, if that. I think the only one who did have a following was Matthew because of his
TikToks,
his upside down kilt handstand bum
pink spot
show. And a few others may have had a few thousand, or there was Ross was a personal trainer who had a few thousand, but I wouldn't say any of them are on the edge of they're not reality stars who have been cast in the Traitors yet. I don't think they are.
Their social media, I don't think, is any more big or explosive than any person of their age range. Do you know what I mean? Farz is, I'm sure, young people have a lot more followers than, say, me or Fiona or Harriet would have online. I actually think Series 3, the series we had prior to this one, was worse for influencers than this time around.
And a worse cast.
Yeah, I agree. I have to say, I think the casting this year has been impeccable. I think there's not been one dud. I genuinely stand by that. I stand by that 100%. I don't think there has been one dud.
There's the thing of course, Meryl was funny because it was series 1 and Meryl didn't.
Yeah, of course.
Meryl didn't know the game. We didn't know the game. So we can't blame Meryl. Bless her.
Yeah.
End game. Meryl, it's episode 2. End game.
Meryl was delightful. I loved Meryl so much.
I just don't think...
she fell into the win, let's be honest with you.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Oh, it's been 3 years. If you haven't watched series 1, bugger off.
Right, we're telling all our listeners to go away this episode. No. Don't comment, don't listen.
Matthew Nipple.
I don't think you're going to get a contestant who's not watched the show before now ever again, unless someone's like applies for their mum, but I don't believe that even exists in the application method. So I don't think you're going to get that. But because you have such a large pool of people applying, it's still, if the production team want to, they can still get a load of unknown people because there's so many to pick from. There's probably loads of influencers who do send an application, but if the production team don't want contestants who are all influencers or well known or in it for the money, I think it's easy to find enough people, normal people who want to apply.
Yeah, I mean, if I think a hook would be in a series, maybe next series or future series would be, I've never watched the Simpsons. I've never watched the Traitors, so I don't really know the concept. I just know of the game.
Yeah, but then in episode 4, they'll look to the camera and go, but I have.
Yeah, actually.
I'm Alex
I
from
was
the
a
Traitors
production
podcast.
assistant. Yes. I mean, I'll do it. I'll be there. I'll be like,
you can go on and pretend.
I would feel a bit upset. Like if I did... This is my ego. My head would be too big to walk through the door. I'd be a bit upset if I walked in and no one kind of said, "Oh, you're the guy from the podcast." I'd be like, "Oh, cheers."
Didn't know it was on video.
Did you not? Oh, that's true. They might not know it's video form.
I recognise your
We are
voice.
in video form. People do say that to us all the time. They said, "We didn't realise you're a video." We are a video. We're on YouTube and Spotify.
Right.
Should we talk about this episode then? So Matthew...
Adam's dead.
He's kind of pointing the finger at people who were in his group during the last game a little bit because they're the only ones who knew who had the shield, because obviously James and who was the other one? Sam had the shield, didn't they?
Yes, James caused a ruckus, as we know from last
James
episode.
messed it up for that group, and so it kind of caused the rest of the faithful to believe that someone in that group then must have known for them to then be able to choose the right person to murder. It was a bit too random and lucky, which it was lucky and random, that the traitors were able to pick someone off.
33% chance.
And they got it, the 33%. The odds are on their side.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, Adam, the one time where a mission could have been useful for his ghost hunting skills, he was dead. So he could have been useful in this mission of the haunted cabin.
I don't think
Claudius.
he was any more useful than anyone else. It's just you're linking
He wouldn't
it
have been
because
scared.
there's a ghost.
He wouldn't have been scared.
I hate to break this to you and to you, Adam, but I'm sorry.
What?
Ghosts aren't real, Ben.
You don't know that.
It was all special effects.
Oh, the ghosts on the episode. No.
Sorry, yes. Sorry.
Well, they are real.
This is like telling children Santa Claus is real.
Well, we saw Adam in his hotel room with his ghost machine. So ghosts are real.
Did it help him? Did it help him? Did it help him predict that he was going to be murdered or not?
I don't know.
No,
I don't
it didn't, because he got murdered.
I'm not sure.
You did Jonathan Creek?
I said I've not watched Uncloaked, so I'm not sure. Because Adam will be on there.
Yeah, but look, right, at the end of the day, I don't think that Adam's skill set would have made him a better at the game that they played. It was all special effects, smoke and mirrors. Well, I can tell you, it wouldn't have helped it any more iota. The team actually worked really well together. They worked out the clues together excellently.
Apart from one.
But that wasn't necessarily their fault. The person who went running out to answer it, who I believe was Ellie, chose the wrong grave.
No, I'm not talking about poor Ellie. You leave Ellie in it. I'm talking about Sam, who was not good working in the group.
Yeah, but Sam, see, right, this is again Sam's ultimate downfall, because Sam was obsessed, like couldn't shut up about the fact that he needed a shield. I need a shield. I'm desperate. I need a shield. I want a shield. And I don't think it was because he thought he needed the shield. I think he just felt like it was his right, after forgiving James for taking a shield, even though Sam had the shield in the last challenge as well. He felt like, well, James got the shield in the last challenge without telling anyone, so I feel it was my right, because I had to keep that secret and I had to hold that burden to myself all night, but I should now have the shield on this game.
Yeah, it was a silly move, though, because we all, speaking of everyone who knows the game, everyone who knows the traitors knows that if you have suspicion on you, a traitor's not going to murder you because you can get banished. And it's like, so Sam jumping up and commanding on the first go as well. He's like, Sirius Black, I'm off, bye. I'm going to get a shield. It's like, I don't blame them all for being suspicious of Sam under that moment, because that's just odd, suspicious behaviour.
Well, everything was pointing it to him basically, being a traitor, because as you say, he had not a lot of heat on him, so it kind of meant that he wouldn't have been murdered. People instantly, as soon as people say they need a shield really badly, it also kind of brings people's suspicion up straight away. And a few people kind of pointed out it was a bit of a distraction. Kind of people were saying his name, and it was kind of almost like oh, look over there, got the shield, run away. You know, kind of it was there was a lot of bad trust towards Sam,
and it links back to the team who knew who had a shield and who didn't. Because
the Fountain Five. That's right. We can coin a phrase too.
The Fountain Five.
The Fountain
Harriet,
Five.
Faithful, gone. So it left Jesse, James, Team Rocket. Yeah. Adam, dead. Sam.
Yes.
So it made it be basically Jesse, James, or Sam kind of could or had to be a traitor, because no traitor would take a 33% chance at a hit.
They were the only ones who knew that Adam didn't have a shield.
And Sam jumping up and saying, I want the shields, is what made them pick him out of the three.
Of the Roundtable. But there was a lot of suspicion toward other people.
It was all over the place.
Well, it was all over the place, but Jesse's voice seems to be drowned out by all these false accusations by everyone else. Unintentionally, obviously, because everyone's got their theories, everyone's got their mind, and everyone's got their beliefs. But Jesse's is frustratingly, and this isn't... I love Stephen and Rachel, by the way, and I say this every episode, they are formidable. They are they're such a good team together. They are formidable,
and they're staying true to their pact. Like they were, I was a bit worried towards the end of the episode when they focused on Rachel and they played the music, and I was like, oh, she's about to backstab. But she said, no, I'm going to try and divert attention as much as I can without being obvious. I can't outright say Stephen isn't, but she's doing her best to do it. She
gently diverting, which is what Rachel
said. She was doing it because she wanted to push it onto Farz.
Well, yeah, Farz. I mean, I want to talk about Farz in a moment. Can I quickly talk about how Jesse's like desperately... So she's gone back to the whole Library 5.
Yeah.
And then from that, she's then got the string and put it around the other drawing pin and gone back to the cage 9.
Yes.
It's all about numbers, everyone. Enid Blyton would be turning in her grave the number of times they
Jessie also has this figured out. Like, everything she's saying is correct.
It is correct. So she said that she just can't get it out of her... And she always says, I cannot get it out of my mind, the fact that... The final two was Maz and Stephen. And why would they not murder Stephen? Because Maz had, at that point in the game, had so much heat on him, had so much evidence to say that he was potentially a traitor, that the traitors would clearly keep him in the game. So why did they direct their target at Maz and not Stephen?
And she even then linked it even more with her bit of string to the Fiona situation and Stephen, because Stephen got really upset about Fiona.
Yes.
And Ellie also said, well, maybe he was upset because it was two traitors.
Yes.
So Jessie...
Is it guilt, or is it that you were genuinely upset? Is it guilt because you stabbed her in the back?
So everything she's saying is correct. Unfortunately.
Well, Stephen did a bit of gaslighting here.
Yeah, good old gaslighting.
He used that old tool, the gaslighting, and he basically kind of twisted and convinced people to set it around the round table and said, like, well, I really do hope, Jessie, that what you're saying is right. Because if it isn't, then we all know you're the traitor. And it was just the way he did it. We just really hope you got legs. And the way Stephen did it was a bit spooky and dark. I didn't like it very much. I thought, this is a Stephen, which he plays a cheeky chap, happy Stephen. And that one moment I thought, that's a worrying side of Stephen.
He's doing well though, because
but look, he's playing the game. He's doing it well.
He's doing it all good. I mean, Sam tried to do a Harriet and was like, well, vote me off. And it's like, all right.
Well,
Harriet
Sam
tried that
double
last
bluff
night
as well, yeah.
So that didn't go down very
well.
well.
Voting for me.
But yeah, poor Jessie. I feel sorry that she's not really listened to, because she is correct. But at the same time, this kind of shows having two traitors work together really does work well, because a few of these episodes, Rachel has been very close to being voted off multiple times. At the beginning of the series, Stephen looked like he was going to be going really quick. And they because they work together in separate different groups, they've done really well to divert. And it works.
Well, this also proves that in all these years, in all these series that we watch the Traitors, as soon as the Traitors get together and you then see a sound clip like 5 seconds later, it's like, well, I don't trust any of them and I can't get rid of them. Can't wait to get rid of both of them or get rid of one of them. And It doesn't
falls apart.
It doesn't work. You can't do that. Let the faithful do that to each other, because the faithful are just crumbling amongst each other. Look at the way the votes are. They're just randomly all over the place.
This is like the first series where the faithful do not trust each other.
Yeah.
And the traitors do trust each other. It's like a really weird spin. And that's why we have all these, because Jade is still getting brought up. Like Rachel's pushing that cleverly.
Well, Rachel was very good actually, because at the round table, once Sam had gone, she tapped Jade on the arm and said, "Well, that helps you out, doesn't it?" She was almost mothering her. She was caring. She was showing that she cared for Jade's place at the table. That shows that it's probably not you then, Jade. That's helped your game. And Jade was like, "What do you mean?" It's like, well, Amanda was wrong about Sam, so she's probably wrong about you.
And that's planting a seed in Jade's head, thinking, "Oh, Rachel's been in the situation I've just been in. I'm a faithful. She's probably faithful too.
We're kindred spirits, so we must be the same." Yeah,
and it's forced the
really
faithful to be like, to do the thing of, why am I still here? We need to look at people we haven't looked at, and they've looked at the traitors. And they've now gone past that, and now they're like, all right, we better look at the people we're not looking at who are actually faithful, and now they're going to blame them as traitors.
But names were being flung around everywhere. So James's names, which isn't that surprising because people still can't go over him sneakily taking the shield from the last game. But
I
also,
love his awkward comments. It's as hot as a barbecue, isn't it?
No, he's like, I'm being fried like bacon. Someone
sizzle. Someone, right.
Well, someone commented on our Spotify account actually, and thank you to, I forget your name and I apologise, but please comment again and say that it was me. But
Derek.
They said, is that you just made the name up?
Yeah, made the name.
Brilliant.
Derek.
Well, Derek, you said, and this is a reference to any school kids from the 80s, that James looks like the character Elvis from Fireman Sam. And you know what? I cannot unsee that anymore.
Right.
And
Elvis from Fireman
while
Sam.
Ben's doing that, we also had another very cool comment, so I might as well talk about that.
You can't look for comments while I'm...
No, I found the comment. I've got the comment. I screenshot it because I'm so cool.
Fireman Sam. Oh, yeah, he does.
Doesn't he? Elvis from Fireman Sam.
Same sideburns.
On our YouTube account, someone commented and said, "I'm a new fan, ecstatic to find you. I also have FBI training, just like Rachel."
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, it's good.
Only 4 months worth.
I am studying the meaning of when the ears of the cat painting are directly atop Ben's head, as opposed to when they're not.
Right.
What does that mean? Are we sending you guys a secret code?
To work it out yourself, won't you? Also, that cat has a name.
His name is Charlie, and he was formerly a producer of the show.
Charlie the cat.
Do you know who got the most votes other than Sam tonight?
Jade.
No, Matt.
I know that was a bit odd.
Very surprising. He got a vote from
Matt.
Jack, and he got a vote from James.
Got to look at your mates.
Very interesting, if you ask me. And I'm surprised, which we'll get to Stephen and Rachel talking in the turret later on, but I'm surprised Stephen and Rachel didn't pick up on that, because obviously the narrative to this point has been that Matthew is very, very, very desperate now to become a traitor, as we said at the top of the show. And if they were to murder Jack or James, there would be no footprint to Rachel and Stephen, but there would have been a link to Matt, because people might have remembered, oh, hang on, they voted for Matt. And so
then that's the too obvious setting me up route, isn't it?
Is it the too obvious setting up, though? Because, at this point, I think the traitors are kind of thinking the obvious is the right route.
It's true. And I feel like Jack is one that you could kind of... He's an easy murder, Jack.
He's a bit flouncy. Flouncy. I'm sorry to use that term. That's a terrible term. He's a bit floaty. He's a bit like Farz, but not quite he's not got the same smile as Farz.
Farz is before a coffee. Jack's after a coffee.
Yeah. Jack kind of floats around, and
he's the Meryl.
Doesn't get...
He's the Meryl of the series 4.
He's kind of floating his way to the final, and but he's not kind of giving any...
Well, he reminds me of
interesting
Freddie
input.
from was it last series or series 2? Freddie, the guy who was like, I'm a political guy, and he was a student. Him.
That was last series.
He reminds me a bit of him. His gameplay, where he's like, he's just the nice guy. Everyone trusts him, and he's kind of there, but not really doing a lot. I think the traitors could quite easily do one quick banishment if they needed to, and say, let's look at him as well. I think he's quite easy to get rid of
What?
either way.
Tell the group that Jack.
Yeah, we've not looked
on
at Jack. He's a traitor. Get rid.
Thing is, I think you'd have to do a lot to get people to start staring toward Jack. I mean, obviously the seeds have been planted, as we said, for Farz now. Farz, the laid back, chilled, cool dude.
That woke him up.
I've never seen Farz so wound up.
What? Talking to me?
He went from 1 to 3. It's like, all right, what are you talking about? He was like, Farz, he had a finger of accusation pointed to him by Rachel. Rachel said that it's very interesting that a lot of the older players are being targeted, and he basically used the age card and said, well, you're the youngest, aren't you, Farz? As the youngest person, you probably want to get rid of the older players,
the
don't you?
oldies.
And I think Farz was proper kind of, the wind was knocked out of him with
He's
that
not
one.
used to being accused or talked to. Or, no, he's just normally there eating his lasagna and having a lovely time. He's
just been, again, he's kind of he's been quietly making his way into the final. And I think this rattled him a little bit. But it's a rattle, I have to be honest, I'm pleased that Rachel kicked him up the bum with. Because I was getting a little wound up with Farz not doing anything. Like, say what you will about Jack, or James, sorry. Don't know Jack. Say what you say about Jack. Like, he still has theories that go out there, but you very rarely see anything that Farz thinks or has feelings toward. And that's, I want Farz be kicked up the bum, and it deserves, it needs to be there. Yeah, he needs to have that kind of fear put in him. He needs the willies in him. He really does.
Willy up him.
He needs a willy up him.
So before we talk about the turret talk of the possible murders, because Jesse's up there, we do have to remember the ones who have gone.
What's your name and where do you come from?
Adam. Love him. Do you know what he is?
He's a ghost hunter.
He is 34-year-old builder from Essex and an avid amateur ghost hunter. Not yet a professional or expert.
Do you get like a card? Like a kind of, you know what I mean? Like it says like you have to do 40 hours of ghost hunting in order to get your professional card.
You have to go see Daisy May Cooper and her brother, and they give you an apprenticeship on ghost hunting because they've made a career out of it all of a sudden. Who is excited to get into the castle, not only to play the game, but to also see whether it's haunted. Well, he got to do both because we saw him up late. It's like, Adam, you look tired. Are you a traitor? He's like, no, I was up all night ghost hunting.
Looking for ghosts.
That's why I'm tired. He got into the hobby after...
All right, Sam. Hello, Sam. That's a reference.
You have to be serious now.
Sorry.
He got into the hobby after losing his dad at a young age. Quote, I wanted to prove to myself that my dad is still out there somewhere and that I'm going to meet him there again another day because he was so young and we were best mates.
Well, that's sweet. Bless him.
He added that and the fact that I love old buildings, love the smell of them.
I love the smell of them too. There is. Old buildings have a kind of like a musty old book smell, don't they? Do you know?
Like wet concrete smell.
Yeah.
But old wet concrete.
Damp.
So.
Old buildings have the smell of damp.
Right, do you want one more? Do you want another one?
Not another one.
What's your name and where do you come from?
Sam.
34 as well, same age.
What, as
Adam, the builder. One's a builder, one's an account manager.
You could work together and start a business.
Sam is a 34-year-old account manager from North Yorkshire who enjoys making and creating authentic relationships with people. Oh, I wondered where that was going then. I thought he was like into pottery. No, he just likes building relationships.
Why would pottery be a problem?
No, not a problem.
I thought he was going to talk about pottery.
No, it says he enjoys making and creating, and pottery. I was like...
Yeah, but the way you said it was like, I wonder where that was going.
Oh, I did. I thought he had a hobby or something, but no.
It'd be a bit more strange. Like he enjoys making and creating inflatable sex toys or something like that. That would be a little bit weird and cryptic.
Well,
but pottery, although he could make like they found like clay dildos and stuff like that, didn't they? From like,
did they?
Yeah, no, they have.
Have they?
Yes, they have. I watched.
You and Adam doing some ghost hunting. Have you and some archaeological chicks?
And then I brought my porcelain penis with me.
Right. He likes building relationships with people.
Not pottery.
But can be ruthlessly competitive too.
I didn't see that competitive. Can I quickly bring out that?
Yes.
Sam, I don't know if it was because he didn't have a chance to.
Look at a picture of him while you're talking.
I will. Sorry, Sam. I don't know if it was because he didn't have the chance to, or whether he was just like from the very first episode, he was straight away pounced upon as being a traitor. But I don't think he played the game he wished to play.
No,
and
he didn't get the chance.
Yeah, he was always on the back foot and always having to catch up. And I think that's a shame, but also a good thing, because I think if Sam had been allowed to play the game he wanted to play, I think he would have been
Villain edit.
I think there would have been a villain edit for Sam. I just got that feeling.
He got away with it, everyone.
Well, at university, going back to do pottery.
Well, at university, Sam studied pottery and arts. No, he didn't really. He studied languages and has spent a lot of time in different countries, and as such loves meeting people from different backgrounds with different experiences in life.
Well, that's lucky, because he likes to create authentic relationships.
Well, that's account managers for you. He said, quote, "Everyone's got a story, right? And I think I've got good ones to tell as well."
We never heard one.
And he's only 34 years old.
He's only 34.
Imagine the stories he'll have when he's 64.
He's going to be that old guy at the back of the pub, if pubs still exist, in 40 years' time with his Guinness. And he'll be
with his glowing skin, he ain't going to the pub, he's going to cafes.
Okay, but he'll be the one telling the stories to all the young folk. All the barista behind the thing is like, "You got to spare 50 seconds,
I was
sonny?
in a castle once.
I saw a ghost. I went with a man. His name was Adam.
Someone was showering who'd never used a shower before, and it was all very confusing.
He was running around the house with soap on his body, and he was shouting, I'm wet. And I was saying, what's going on?
Right, so there you go. They're the ones that are gone. Bye. So, the ones who are up for this murder then.
Oh, shall I get my other notes?
I feel sorry for poor Jessie. If I was a Traitors, I'm going to say it. I love Jessie. She's probably one of my favourite contestants in the series.
She's outstanding.
I would murder her.
No,
I would.
No, that's the wrong thing to do.
I would do it because.
No.
And then if I was Stephen the next morning, I'd wear my jumpsuit, my one piece.
Oh my god! Can we talk about
my
Stephen's jumpsuit?
Waist-high waist belt? Yeah, if you want.
I've been complimenting his clothing throughout because I have been admiring his sense
Everyone
of
has
fashion, and it's lovely, delightful.
Not for you, this one.
No.
It reminded me of like something that Annika Rice would wear or something.
Exactly. He looked like something from Treasure Hunt or Challenge Annika. Like he's like there was a helicopter outside waiting for him to look for treasure for the next 45 minutes. And Wincy Willis was like pressing on arrows onto like a map in the background.
You're going too specific now.
But anyway, my point is that was a choice by Stephen, not a choice I would have gone with.
He's brave.
But you know what? As I always say about people, you do you, and I tell you what, kudos to you, Stephen.
And you're talking about it off.
And do you know what else it reminded me of? And we're going to, again, it reminds me of that video clip of Matthew on TikTok with Ned Flanders. He reminded me of Ned Flanders in the ski suit when he's got nothing at all.
Well,
nothing
he
at
was
all.
bent over that kitchen table quite a lot with his bum on show everywhere, wasn't it?
Exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly where the cameras were in that kitchen, and he was...
the silhouette of
if you looked directly at it, you would have blacked out.
Giving Matthew a run for his money. It reminded me of the silhouette a little bit of that Cheryl Cole outfit that she wore on X Factor USA, which was when she like ruined her career by wearing that one outfit. It was very similar to that. If you know, you know.
Well, also then, if we're going for X Factor clothing, do you think Stephen's going to come out one episode wearing just two big leaves, like Sunita?
Oh, if we were going to do the two plates that Cheryl wore once.
I don't remember that.
Never lived.
What if Stephen talks to Karine from Canadian Traitors and he ends up wearing her handbag dress?
Or multiple of her dresses.
I mean...
And you think his jumpsuit was silly? Wait until you see Karine.
If you want to see some great costume, some great clothing, which puts Stevens looks tame compared to Karine,
like
watch the Canadian series of The Traitors and then come back to us and listen to our thoughts on our podcast.
So there you go. There's Stephen's fashion review.
Yes.
So yeah, Jessie, Farz and Matthew are up for murder.
Yep.
None of them have shields because Sam took the shield.
And he's dead.
And
be banished.
Yeah, and I would kill Jessie if I was Stephen, because in the next morning you could easily just do they're doing the framing thing, I think. And she's so smart and clever on everything she's doing that you need to just get rid of her. Because if she gets a shield on the next episode, there'll be no stopping her.
The problem is, and as Rachel quite eloquently pointed out to Matt Stephen, is that it's his game as well. And if they were to get rid of Jessie or Farz, it looks so suspicious on Stephen, and Stephen would have to really, really get himself out of this pickle.
I don't think so. I think you could convince Roxy and Jack and Ellie that someone's trying to pin it on me and it's too obvious. I think you could quite easily sway enough people to not get voted out and say they're doing this, and then blame it on James.
Now, this is where I now have to say, and this is I love Jesse, but I'm going to be super cruel, and I think they should completely blindside Matthew and murder him. I think they should. They said that if they don't go through with their promise with Matthew,
he's got knowledge.
He's going to be upset. He's going to be very dangerous in the game.
Emotions high, and he's had a shower.
Yeah,
so he's clean.
And I just think Jesse is too dangerous. If Farz, maybe. I don't think there's too much on him with Rachel and Stephen. Jesse is so on the nose. Like, so on the nose. Like, it's just too obvious.
I'd risk it. But I understand with Matthew. I do think they will kill Matthew.
I think they will kill Matthew.
Because they haven't... Otherwise, they have to kill Jesse and break the promise and blah, blah, blah. And also he keeps talking about his past.
I was about to say. And the very last thing they had Matthew with the talking to camera part was Matthew said, like, and... I can't wait to become a traitor. And it was like, next minute, Torah. Right, so should we kill Matthew? It has to be Matthew. I'm sorry, it's going to be Matthew.
Yeah, but if I was Stephen, I think it would be better to get rid of Jessie while I can, before she has a shield, before she can do any more theories. And I would just take the risk of swaying people that it was an obvious target for me and point to someone else. It's, you can point to Jade.
Then? Jade, okay.
Because she's got a few names. You could point to Matthew if you want to do. And James being the last one of the Fountain Five.
I don't think Matthew would be a suitable finger
but
point.
there's enough people that you could... And, the numbers are so low now. It's only a few votes to keep you in for an extra. What
if they play, though? They do play the kind of... They get rid of Jesse, for argument's sake, and then Rachel and Stephen gently suggest Matthew, and then they recruit Matthew. Like, Matthew would then have a really hard decision. It's like, do I now... Because Because obviously he wouldn't know it was Rachel and Stephen, would he? I suppose. So it's just a mind muck. But
don't go there.
But I think if Jesse was to go and Stephen was desperate to point the finger at someone, then it's going to have to be James, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Because he's the last one of the five.
Yeah, the Fountain Five.
But then when he says he's faithful, then you're like kind of...
But then it goes back to Stephen. Exactly.
Yeah, think about that later.
But then is that their plan then? If they're playing chess 2 steps ahead, then is their theory then is that we'll get Matthew on board and then get Matthew off. So
there's also the possibility of them pinning it on Jesse, because Jade is up for that, because Jade is being accused all the time, and Jack and Stephen were all saying we need to look at people who've never been questioned, and they I think Jade was up to going for Jesse, so you could try to pin it on Jesse as well if you were smart. That happened towards the end.
Well, pinning what? So what? Saying Jesse killed
is the traitor.
Is the traitor? What, by
because
killing?
They think she's one of the five, and that's what they were talking about.
So kill James.
Yeah.
Well, they're not talking about killing James, though.
I know. I'm just saying if.
Well, they should have. Well, I said James earlier, didn't I? Because they will say, well, there you go, 2 birds with 1 stone. Because if they killed James, see, they should have killed James. Because if they killed James, as you rightly said, then it pins Jesse, and they can say, well, she moans too much. She's going on about it too much. It's obvious that she's doing it on purpose. But that also points toward Matt, because James had voted for Matt. Oh, silly sausages. That's what you should have gone for. You should have gone for James.
Well, you never know. They might change their
minds. Stephen
and
Rachel. No, they've made their choice. It's either Matt, Jesse, or Farz.
By Matt.
I think it might be Matt too.
Well, we'll find out.
Give us your theories. Give us your thoughts. Find us on Linktree, linktr.ee/faithful2. If you're watching or listening to us on YouTube or Spotify, you can comment underneath the video. Please don't forget to subscribe, follow us, and ring the bell. And also, if you're listening to us on Spotify or any of your favourite podcast apps, including Apple Podcasts, don't forget to subscribe and follow us on there as well. And as we say, if you like the podcast and you want to help us monetarily, go to buymeacoffee.com/faithful, and on there you give us £5 one-off or monthly donation. And any comments attached to those donations will be automatically read out.
Pardon? Right, well, until tomorrow then, everyone, stay faithful. Goodbye.